subtract my age from the mileage on. Buy this car to drive to work to pay for this car. Buy this car to drive to work.
Welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan, and today I am doing a fan request. Another one from Joe Said It's True. And it's a video from Beau of the Fifth Column. I think I said that right. Let me check. Beau of the Fifth Column. Alright. But first, please consider donating to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. Click that link, read the story, check out the other donations, and donate some money yourself. You can do it anonymously. You can write your name in. You can tell me. I'll give you a shout out. Please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link down there. Also, we make no money off it. It's for charity. I just feel like people should hear that. They should know that. Alright, so Joe Said It's True says, check this video out. And it's from Beau of the Fifth Column. It's titled, Let's Talk About What It's Like to Be a Black Person in the U.S. Alright, so I can have some knowledge on this one. I'm just playing. Let's hear the man out. Let's hear what he says.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Beau again. So that Nike video, that went a little bit wider than I expected. A lot of people saw it that I didn't count on. That was supposed to be a joke for you guys that normally watch this. Didn't count on the extra couple 100,000 people seeing it, but I'm glad that it did. Because, you know, they don't know the way I talk. They don't know that I tend to switch what I'm talking about in the middle of a video. So a lot of them saw the first few seconds, took off to the comment section and started insulting me. And it's all okay. It was all worth it. Because one guy in his insults got me thinking. And I had time to think about it because I was coming back from town. It's like a 40-minute drive. The insult was that my IQ was 2 points higher than a plant. And that I needed to, or asked if I could open my hick mind and understand what it was like to be a black person in the United States. No, I can't. Neither can you.
You can know what it's like to be human and touch down on those, universal traits of humanity. Once you touch that, you touch all of it. Not in a Joe Biden touch way, but, emotionally touch it, I guess. Something like that.
I know right now there's some white ally out there learning the terminology that say, no, I understand. No, you don't. You may get the statistics. You may understand the numbers. You may get that, there's a huge disparity in the criminal justice system, and because of that, it translates into more unjust violence and being visited upon them. You may get that. You may understand that there's a huge income equality gap. You may get that translates into a lower standard of living, lower health care. You may understand all of that. Doesn't mean you understand what it's like to be black in the U.S.
Damn right.
Numbers. Maybe you understand a little bit of the history. But see, it's way deeper than that because, when we think about slavery, we think about the physical costs of slavery. And they're horrible, no doubt. But I think today, what's more relevant is something else. Where are you from? Not in the U.S. Where are you people from? Odds are, if you're white, you know Ireland, Scotland, England, Germany, Italy, Greece, France. Where are you from? And based on your answer, I can tell you all kind of things about you. I can tell you whether your gravy is red, brown, or white. I can tell you what kind of booze you probably drink. Tell you what kind of food you eat. Tell you what cuss words you use. Translates into a lot of things. The values you instill in your kids. The jokes you tell. The biases you have. My kid's 4 years old.
Real quick, I would consider all that. I would say it's something to pay attention to. but maybe in a different sense. Isn't that a problem? If you just follow the streamline of conditioning throughout your, I guess, biological history of people, your relatives and shit like that, if you're just following those customs over and over again, I think that would be a problem more than anything. But, either way, that's all based on conditioning, right? I would think the solution to that would be breaking apart the conditioning and then picking up what pieces you want to keep and what you want to get rid of, right? If your family has a long line of dads that beat the moms, it's like, oh, you might want to throw that away. Or if, whatever, your family has a long line of this crazy dance that's based in this culture, say, oh, I might want to keep that. Or I might want to throw it away. Or I might want to take parts of it and throw it into this other genre of dancing. Existentialism is primary. Has to be done, otherwise you get what you get. As like someone like Michael Tessarian might say, we create the conditions for someone like George Bush to pop up. We create the conditions for someone like Hillary Clinton to pop up. We create the conditions for someone like Ted Bundy to pop up. We create those conditions. And then if you're dealing with people who are conditioned, right? They just fall in line with the conditions around them. It makes sense, doesn't it? If the cultural custom is to, kill someone who doesn't look like you, and you're dealing with a conditioned person, they're going to fall right in line with that. Which is why individuality, real individuality, I don't mean voting rights and capitalism, I mean real individuality, that's existential, that's internal. That comes first. Then you can pick and choose what you think you like afterwards. But, yeah, let's let him continue.
One of them. He's 4 years old. If I look at him and I say, ooh, ah, he's going to go up the raw. Now, if you're Irish, you just laughed. If you're English, you probably got a little mad because that's part of your cultural identity. If you're not either one of those, you have no idea what that means.
Do you know any of what he just said? Do you know any of what he just said? Hey, James is like part Irish, right?
Half.
And English, aren't you?
It's like
A quarter?
You got a pie, half Irish, then English, Italian. But somehow this made
A quarter, then.
Yeah.
Alright, so you should be half happy and a quarter pissed off by what he just said.
I'm more of 75% pissed off.
So yeah, things like ideas and concepts, even language, things like that are not passed on genetically. But I get what he's saying. He means culturally, and I understand that. I get where he's going, but we should be projected. I think he needs to add the caveat that this is based on psychological conditioning of an individual. Someone who is deep down a true individual, but to navigate this world, they unconsciously adopt certain customs in order to fit in order to follow their biological conditioning. Like, I'm hungry. Wouldn't it be nice to surround myself with people that'll help me get food? Or procreate? Or whatever? So I would like him to add that caveat to this. But I get what he's saying. Just a normal dude talking shit. I get it. Here we go.
4 years old. Kid doesn't know where Ireland is. Couldn't point to it on a map. But it's already starting to get ingrained in him. He's already being able to take pride in that cultural identity. Why don't we have Bantu pride? Congolese pride? Why don't we have that?
Because they're lower species, don't you know? They're lower IQ, that's why. It's obsolete now. We don't need that. Replace it with McDonald's and Michael Jordan shoes.
See, the sociologists, they like to point to black pride and say, oh, well, it's a healing endeavor. So, black people can get together and they can join in that struggle. That's a cop-out. That is a cop-out. That's a whitewash of the reality. The reality is that slavery ripped that from them. They have black pride because they don't know. I don't know. It wasn't in the slave owner's interest to keep track of the cultural heritage of his property. So that cultural identity that shapes you, it does. Think about it. Think about how much of what you are as a person is linked to your heritage like that.
Only what I choose to be linked to. But I did the work. How many other people are going to do the work? Not many. At least right now, what I see is not many. Usually they need something, catastrophic to break down their own egos. It could be something like catastrophic to them as an individual that they don't know is, lurking in the back rooms of their psyche. That individuality that's lurking there and they don't even know it's there. It could be something simple like losing an argument or something like that, to where it's like, fuck. Part of my ego gets devastated because I built myself up to be, I crush SJWs, and then someone gets you, and it's like, oh, fuck. That hurts. A lot of times it's usually something biological crushes the ego. Biological in the sense of somebody dying or you going through something physically traumatic. Things like that. But, you could take pills for that. Let's continue.
Stripped away, gone, and it got replaced. Down here in the South, especially out in the country, you go into a black kitchen, somebody is going to know how to cook hog jows and chitlins. Pig's feet. Down here, that's seen as black cuisine.
It's a southern custom.
It didn't come from Africa.
My dad makes that
pasta
stuff.
or shepherd's pie came with us. That came from the plantations. That's what the slave owner threw away and left at me. They endured that for so long it became part of their culture. They endured it for so long they got good at it. Found a way to make it flavorful. No, I can't understand what it's like to be black in the U.S. I can't understand what it's like to have my cultural identity stripped away and replaced with the knowledge that when my granddad was a kid, people didn't think he was human. Or that what is seen as my cuisine is because we got good cooking trash. That's going to affect a people, a collective people, on a very deep level.
Yeah, a collective of people. Not an individual. They'll be fine. A collective, though, will suffer the consequences of not knowing yourself. I understand, man. I understand. I get it. But in this realm, you can't. There's no slack given. Only in the sense of like a kid, playing with firecrackers. Risking one of their fingers being blown off. It's like, fuck. I can only tell you so many times not to fucking do that. Like, don't play with the firecrackers like that. There's only so many times you can tell that to them. So, I just gotta say it like it is, man. More existential work is needed. From everyone. Everyone.
When you say get over it, we're a long way away from that. We're a long way from getting over slavery. Yeah, the physical scars, they've healed. They have. Cultural ones are still there because it's gone. It was stripped away.
Now, I don't agree with get over it. I say do the existential work, become an individual, cut ties with any bad ideas that are attached to your any type of concepts or ideas you come across, right? Anything that you think is locked into your psyche, observe it, address it, get rid of what you don't want and keep what you do want. But that by no means does that mean forget any type of past corruptions that happen. But you can't address it like an adult if you still hold on to your other conditioning. Instead, you're just a baby wailing in his crib. Like, slavery, It's like, yeah, that's horrible. Imagine if we really psychologically broke that down. And so, oh, fuck. The slave owners were fucking children, too. They were never meant to be in control of anything. They're not even in control of themselves. They're just doing what daddy did. And daddy did what his daddy did. And on and so forth. It's like, fuck. Imagine not having any individuality. Like, that is hell. That is essentially hell. Because you're not awake to live your life. You're not actually living it. You're not actually seeing it. That's why I say the unexamined life is not worth living. It's not. It really is not worth living. It's like daydreaming while you're driving on the freeway. You're just, as soon as you snap out of it, you don't even remember anything you were daydreaming about. It's like, fuck, was that it? Just a flash? Just a flash of images and then it's over? Maybe for you. Let's continue.
Just vanished in the air. And I really want you to think about how much of who you are as a person comes from the old country. And then imagine what it would be like if you didn't have that. And if what it was replaced with wasn't love with the red, white, and blue. Because the red, white, and blue didn't love you. It wasn't that long ago, guys. There are people alive today that dealt with some pretty horrible stuff. And it's getting better. But it's not solved. That problem's ongoing, and it's going to stay ongoing for a while. You know, I've seen people say that they're not African American, that they're just American. And I love it. Good for you. I cannot wait until the day comes when all of us just leave those national identities behind and we're just people. But that's a long way off.
I like that idea. Well, we're all just individuals, which if you're watching from the outside, I would say, oh, that's a collection of people. But each one is unique, is knowingly unique, not just by happenstance unique. But I like that idea. I do like that. I mean, everyone wants that, right? If you look at like the best possible ideas, like people complain about like, you know, borders and immigration and all that shit. We all know the best possible ideas. You could just, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go on a road trip. I'm gonna go from from Canada to Mexico, to Honduras, to South America, to Portugal, and then back. I'm just gonna do that. No papers required, no IDs required. I'm just gonna go do that. Other than like a driver's license, because you should be regulated to drive. You can't just put anyone out there. Say, oh, you're blind? Here you go. Just get behind the wheel. Go ahead, drive. Speed limit? Fuck it. I get those things. Those make sense. But you should be able to just travel the earth as a person. All right? That makes sense to me. But I know a lot of people are locked into their cages, essentially, ironically, that we need borders and we need walls and separation between the borders because this, and this. It's like, well, what's the best possible idea? Well, they might not even be conceiving that or even contemplating that idea that What if everyone was like, had strong moral fiber, very strong morals, to where you're not worried about the person next to you? It's like, oh, then that would open up, borders and shit, to where anyone could just travel freely because you're not worried about other people. If I break down, someone will help me. It's just that's just the way it is. But as he says, I agree with Beau here. That's seemingly a long ways away. Even though there's more and more people that want that. There's more and more people that want that. It's still far away because there's people locked in their cages.
And until then, we're going to have to address our history. And while we may find it uncomfortable to address our history because we don't like it, we don't like the things that our people did, understand there's some people that don't know theirs. They don't have that source of pride to reach back to. I actually think that's why that Black Panther movie did so well. Because it's just like, just like every European ethnicity has that origin myth,
I would say some damn good marketing helped Black Panther out. I just want to add that in. So see what happens when you rely on your conditioning? Like, no offense to him. I think he's a good dude. Like, he's trying to be good. But if you don't understand conditioning, that's when someone like Disney can take advantage of it. See, look, we have an all-black cast. You see this? This is you. We're supporting you. So you need to support us. By going and buying this ticket and buy these toys and buy the DVDs and Wakanda Forever. I step back like, of course, I love movies. I want to go watch it. But at the same time, I'm not going to be tricked by any type of marketing ploy. I'm not going to go and buy an Audi because there's an Audi commercial of, T'Challa driving up to a red carpet event. Like, come on, son. If it was really about, black culture and we're celebrating it, here it is. Why is there an Audi commercial? Why? Why does it cost money to see the movie? Why? It's the same thing with college, right? Like, yeah, product placement in the movie. Right? They say about college education's so important. After you pay this $10,000 a year. It's like, what? You're being tricked and bamboozled if you buy this shit. Straight up.
We gave him that. So, just a thought. It's something to think about when you have convinced yourself as a white person that you truly understand what it's like. Take a step back. It goes a lot further than to have a talk with your kids about how to deal with cops. Your entire cultural identity was ripped away. Anyway, y'all have a nice night. Thanks for the insult, because it gave me something to think about.
Alright, so that's Beau of the Fifth Column's video titled, Let's Talk About What It's Like to Be a Black Person in the U.S. And I would first want to start by saying, I like this guy. I like him. Once again, I'm judging from a distance, obviously, but looking from a distance, like, oh, it seems like you're trying to do the right thing. You seem genuine about trying to do the right thing. I 100% like that and love to see more of that. Like, those are the type of people I'm trying to talk to, in a sense. I'm trying to talk to everyone, but those guys might have a chance of getting it faster than the other dudes who are straight up, I don't know what they're looking for, a fight or something. Some sort of subconscious existential expression that they have no idea is sitting there, that they want to express externally. Forgive my language. But, yeah, I like him. I like this guy. But I disagree on certain things. See, if he said what I just said throughout this video, they'd probably look at him sideways. First of all, they wouldn't understand what he's saying. And second, they might jump to calling him racist. And I don't mean black people doing that. I mean a whole bunch of different races calling him racist. If he said what I just said throughout this fucking thing. And I get it. Certain people have their shields on because of the times we live in. And I understand these times as well. I understand it. I mean, when I first started hearing about SJWs, I said, oh, they're like little cleaners here. They're going to point out every little dirt spot they see. They're going to overreact to it even. Right? Imagine being so physically sensitive that like a little pin prick on your toe is like, oh, fuck, ah. It's like, all right, that's a little overreacting. You're overreacting. Calm down. Just a little pin prick on your toe. It's no big deal. You'll be fine. At the same time, the body's still damaged. There's still damage to the body that needs to be pointed out. I'm not saying everything they say is right. I'm just saying they're just looking for any little type of damage. And they don't have the solutions to fix it, but they're still at least pointing out the fucking damage. Even if they overreact about it. Like, let's take one for example. Like the statues or something, right? They're overreacting to these historical statues that have been there for years and years, and these whatever Confederate guys or some dude who owned slaves or whatever the fuck. It's like yeah, they're overreacting, but at the same time, we have statues of people who owned other people. It's like, come on, son. It's not Shaq out there who like won a championship for you. It's this guy who owned slaves. Hey, isn't that a problem? It's historical. I get it. Are you mad about the overreaction, or are you mad that like you want to keep the statues? I've heard both actually. So, and they consider it like a historical thing, like whatever. This thing has been here my whole life. I can't believe they want to take it down. It's like taking part of me down. It's like, is that you there? Is that you? And I would understand wanting to keep it on those reasons. Me personally, I'd be like, fucking leave them there. It might be cool looking. But I'm an existentialist. I try to look at things as real as possible. I don't try to. I do. I look at it as real as possible. Like, oh, I like the way that looks. That's cool. But Hitler painted it. I don't give a shit. It looks cool. Fuck. Anyways, that's it for me. I apologize. Joe said it's true. Said it's true that I talk too much in his request videos. So I apologize for that. But yeah, that's all I got, I guess. Please subscribe if you like. Comment, agree, disagree, send me information. Send a request video. No problems here. I'll do request videos as long as they're not like trolling bullshit, or if I think it's stupid, I'll tell you it's stupid. But stuff like this is definitely cool. And try to keep them, relatively short. Don't send me like a hour-and-a-half video of like a Noam Chomsky lecture. React to the entire thing. It's like, fuck. Maybe I'll tweet at Steven Crowder for the Adderall. Keep me awake for that shit. Also, please donate to Devon's Journey to Recovery. The GoFundMe link is down there in the description box. Please donate. It's not for me. It's not for James. It's not for this channel. It's for one of our subscribers and his wife. It helps them out pay medical bills because we don't have free health care for everyone. Free health care. So please donate. Devon's Journey to Recovery. GoFundMe link down there in the description box. And with all that said, give this video let's go Rockies. Let's go Rockies. That's the only thing on my mind right now. I want to play that fucking game.
I just want to get this part done.
Go Rockies in the video game, but go Braves in real life. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.
Say you wanna get in.